ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। ॐ वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। You will find there is a very inbuilt, natural, spontaneous tendency of not only human being but all the living beings, the tendency to be can reduce the echo something, the tendency to be happy. If you just see everything whoever does, the pursuit of the goal is only to be happy. Whatever we do, apparently painful, apparently suffering, apparently negative, still the goal is the same. Just see any living being, any animal, any bird, any human being of any behavior. The natural tendency is that I do everything to be happy. We take food because we feel happy. Sometimes we don't take food because doctors told if you don't take, you will be more happy. Apparently opposite, but pursuit is the same, the goal is the same. In our scriptures, this happiness is analyzed. What is happiness? What I want, if I get, I am happy. What I do not want, and if I get, I am not happy. I do not get what I want, I am unhappy. I do not get what I do not want, makes us happy. It's like a plus into plus, plus minus, plus into minus is minus, like that. But purpose is only to be happy. Apparently painful. You take injection, painful. You take bitter medicine, painful. But the purpose is to be happy. I will be healthy, I will be better. So if we see the tendency of every living being, in our childhood we studied, put a plant and cover it with a thick metallic cover and keep one side open, one hole open. The plant will come out of that because plant want light. Even the plant looks for happiness. You give meat to lion, lion is happy. If you give green grass to cow, cow is happy. Opposite, they are not happy. But the cow doesn't take meat to be happy. Lion doesn't take grass to be happy. Apparently we live for happiness. Apparently we want happiness. Even in a worst case scenario of life, in the life of some unfortunate ones who commit suicide. But that such a terrible, negative, painful action also is for happiness, that I want to be free from this problem. That path is not correct. What they do is not correct. We are not talking about that. But the action which they take, there is nothing more negative than that. But the purpose of that also is to be happy. I want to be free from this problem so that I am happy. Earlier we discussed once why it is so. Why our behavior of every living being, from plants to human being, everybody wants to be happy. Take an ant. Swami Vivekananda gives an example. Try to kill that ant. You can very well kill by your own hand. You don't need any instrument. But till the end will fight. It will bite you, it will try to be free, try to run away, whatever. Because the ant also doesn't want pain, bondage. You show a stick, the dog will run away. You show fear, even human beings run away. Why? Because we do not want problems, we do not want unhappiness, we do not want pain. It is inbuilt, it is natural. It comes with the system that we are looking for happiness. That is a normal analysis, nothing big deal about it. We all know that. Sri Krishna discusses this in a little technical and philosophical analysis. When you get happiness, when your senses, which are the senses? 5 senses, the eyes, the ears, the nose, the skin, the tongue. With our senses come in contact with the sense object. When they come in contact, pleasure or pain is created. For example, I like cool. I just now told to switch on the fan. Why? The air which will come, it will touch my body. The little coolness sensation I enjoy. If this would have been winter, if this would have been Switzerland or some cold country, switch off all the fan and aircon. We don't need. Because again, senses coming in contact with that cold is painful. I don't want pain. And that is universal behavior. But pleasure and pain are result of senses and sense objects to come in contact. Now see from other point of view. If you want to be free from pleasure and pain, just disconnect so that you don't come in contact with these objects. We do it, nothing big deal. But on a smaller scale, we cannot do on a bigger scale. We can do provided our willpower is bigger. Many people will say, I don't keep chocolates and ice creams and all that in my fridge. If it is there, I will eat. I better don't keep. One was to control my senses. The other one is to disconnect between sense and sense object. If there is ice cream, I will eat. If there is no ice cream, I will not eat. From there, the seclusion came. From there, ekantavas came. I totally don't be in contact with people. You go to Himalayas, you go to some ashramas, and you go to some forest and whatever. You avoid the company of people, you avoid the things. Many times we tell in our different other platforms, can we be free for a while? Keep aside. That's why we say, hey, when you come to class, switch off your phone. Okay, when you go to temple, switch off your phone. Some people say, no, I don't bring phone when I come to mission. If it is there, I will see you. It is not there, I will not see. So you are disconnecting the senses with the sense object. To renounce the sense object, to give up the sense object, to keep a distance from sense object is the easiest way to avoid pain and to be happy. Just see what we do in our life. Starting from the things to the people. We don't like, we shun the company of those things or those people. Because they are technically called pain-bearing factors. They bring pain. So Krishna says to Arjuna, Bahya sparsha, contact with external things. Bahya sparsheshu asakta atma. One who is detached with the external objects. Most people have no concept of this unless they go through some scriptures or somebody tells them. Is there something to renounce? Is there something to give up? Is there something to not to be connected? Because that is the easiest way. Keep away from those things. We do it. This is a subjective. My five senses through which I gather the knowledge. With this I contact the external world. Pancha Jnanendriya, five senses of knowledge. As I counted, eyes, ears, etc. Many proverbs have come in our colloquial language. If I see problem, better I don't see. If I go there, the problem, I better don't go. If I open my mouth, problem, I better don't open my mouth. These are very common things we talk. Root is here. Control of the senses. Swami Turiyanandaji beautifully writes his own incident of his own life. He said, when I was young, I first time read Adi Shankaracharya writing Yogasya Prathamam Dwaram Vak Nirodha Aparigraha. The first step in the path of yoga is to keep the mouth shut. Speak as less as possible. Aparigraha. Don't keep on accumulating things which are of no use. That's a different subject. That we are attached to these things doesn't matter whether it is useful or not. We have talked earlier. We love the thing. Do you want to use it? No, I don't use it. But then why no? I want to have it. This has become a mental disease for us. We cannot give. Many people were there. Can't give up anything. A broken bucket is there. Maybe sometimes I can put one plant. And the whole room, whole house is nothing but junk. I went to one house in India. 4-story house. Believe me, each and every room, each and every floor is stuffed with the things which are useless. Even the very puja room, in front of the altar, So many things. I said, what are these things have to do with your puja room? Telling. After some time, most of the things are clean now. Cannot give up. And that clumsy state of mind is the reflection of this behavior. And because of that, a mind doesn't go higher than that. Always remains in that. We are not born to look after sweeping and mopping and cleaning the cupboard. For that we didn't take birth. Yes, we have to keep it clean, no doubt. But that cannot be the goal of my life. One Swamiji told me, he's a Western man. He says, Swami, you don't have idea of what materialistic attitude is all about. I said, materialistic attitude means those who are interested in the material things. No. Who doesn't use material things? Who doesn't use? We are monks. We also use mobile phones, spectacles, computer, pen, car. We use. Then are we materialistic? He said, no. You use material, what you need is not materialistic. When the things start using you, then the materialism starts. If I explain, all of us in one way or other are materialistic. We accumulate the things. I have not gone to any of your house, so not from that way I am telling. But my experience, whether it was my mother, whether it is my sister, whomsoever. Oh, how many saris you have? Maybe 150, 200. How many you use? That I have not even used for the last 25 years. But I am holding on to it. This is called parigraha. Keep on accumulating. Use it now. Remember one thing, just to test. We are not here to belittle anybody. When the cassettes went out of use, how many cassettes used to be there in everybody? How many you have thrown? In hundreds. Then the CD became obsolete. How many CDs? I remember in Singapore, 2-3 shops told us, Swamiji, please come and whatever CDs you want to take, you take. What should I do? No, so many movies, this, that. We don't need movies. We accumulated so much. We accumulate everything. Whether useful or not. First step in yoga, first step in spiritual life is to be free from. You keep whatever is needed. You need 10, you keep 10. You need 20, you keep 20. But don't keep which you don't need. Something like that. Shankaracharya wrote, Yogasya prathamam dvaram, the first door, first step in the path of yoga, path of spiritual life is vak nirodha. If it is not necessary, I don't speak. That attitude. If necessary, speak. People keep on speaking, then realize I spoke something which I was not supposed to speak. But once the words are out of the mouth, there is no control Z to get it back. So one who is detached with the external objects. One Swamiji very nicely told us, when you start doing japa, meditation and all that, we are not able to meditate because so many things disturb us. Many times people come and say, the things about which I do not think in general, when I sit for meditation, those things also come. Because once upon a time you entertain those things on. I sometimes make my sense a little loose. In my childhood, maybe primary, secondary school or somewhere, at that time my mother took me for some movies. Still haunts me. How many years before? Almost 50, 55 years before. Once in your lifetime you have entertained something, your mind doesn't want to give it up. Best way is to keep distance. Best way is to keep away. So here he says, Bahyas parsheshu asakta, detached. Atma means mind. Atma has many meanings, not only Atma. Mind is Atma, Buddhi is Atma, even body is Atma. When you speak like this, when you say I means Atman, me. Who are you? I am so and so. That is my body. So body becomes Atma. When you objectify body, oh, I am not keeping well. Who says that? Mind says that. So mind becomes Atma, body becomes object. Oh, I am not happy. Who says that? I am is, mind is not happy. Body has nothing to be happy or unhappy. Body is healthy or unhealthy. Happiness is of the mind. So when you go subjectively within, everything is considered as Atman with respect to the external object. I consider body as a Atma with respect to your body. I consider mind as an Atma with respect to my body. I consider intellect as Atma considering my mind. So that which is inner, towards the self, going towards the self, whatever is closer to the self is called self. That which is away is an object. Vindati atmani yat sukham. Vindati atmani yat sukham. Getting detached with the external object, does that give happiness? May not be. Somebody I told, what time you wake up? Oh, I wake up at 7:30, 8 o'clock. So I said, no, wake up a bit early. Early means you can wake up at 6 o'clock, 6:30. His very simple question was, getting so early do what? You have nothing to do in the morning. If you pray, if you meditate, something which is you need little quiet, all these are hours. Brahma Muhurta time. Every time morning 6 o'clock, evening 7 o'clock. What is 6 o'clock in the morning? When the night slowly is turning into day, that period. What is 7 o'clock evening prayer? When day becomes night. When you come to temple, everything is light. When you after you come down, everything is dark. That time when day becomes night, night becomes day. That is somehow very important in all these religious practices. Nature goes to sleep. This you must have heard, nature goes to sleep. In our childhood they say, hey, don't sweep the floor after sunset. Why? No, gods take dinner at that time. Whether gods take dinner is a different thing. That is the time for quietness. You don't need to sweep the floor. Another practice we have, people say, Swamiji, can we take little bilwa leaf? I say, you can take, but come little early. Before prayer, after 7, no plucking. Why? Tree is a living being. Tree sleeps. I don't have a screen to show. I can show you the same plant in the same place, in the same pot. I took picture in the daytime, I took picture in the night time. You yourself is, oh, this plant is sleeping. They don't snore like us, they have their own way to sleep. When you pluck a leaf, when you pluck a flower, this is Ramakrishna says, pluck like this. Don't pluck and pull the skin. No. Scientists will say, modern people, oh, plant doesn't have feeling. I say, who says so? You become plant and tell me. From your standpoint, the plant doesn't have a pain. From plant's point of view, it may be. Detach with the external world, fine. After detaching with the external world, do what? There is a nice way of telling in Holy Mother's life. Holy Mother was very much, because of her love for Sri Ramakrishna. Then somebody asked Holy Mother, you love Sri Ramakrishna, what's the big deal? Every woman loves her husband. Then Holy Mother says, as a husband also, as my Ishta also. So when Sri Ramakrishna passed away, Holy Mother says, I don't have a purpose to live. If he is not there, what's the meaning of my life? Then Sri Ramakrishna shows this niece or niece daughter, Radhu, and say, hold on to this girl. And Holy Mother says, I picked up Radhu and thought, who will look after her? She accepts this Maya so that her mind and body can remain in this world to do good to people. We have no idea. They pull their mind on our level so that they can survive, they can live, they can help. We need to pull our mind up, otherwise it remains in the basement only, it doesn't go to any floor. So Holy Mother became so much attached to this baby girl called Radhu. Radhu gave a lot of trouble also. Look at the last few days of Holy Mother's life. She says, take away Radhu from here. I have lifted my mind from her. Then Sardanji and others told, Mother will not survive because she has lifted her mind where her mind was anchored by Sri Ramakrishna. Then we say, a pain-bearing factor. Even if you lift your mind from there, you get detached from there, where do you keep your mind in that case? Oh, I am not interested in this. Then you are interested in what? Then that's why this question came. Hey, get up so early, do what? You have nothing else to attach with. Only things of the world. I have told to many people, some Indian, non-Indian, some Chinese, all that. I said, don't do anything. Just come 6 o'clock in the morning when it's dark. Sit in the temple. No, you people sit there. What you do, I don't know. I say, you don't need to worry what we do. You sit behind. I sit and do what? I say, you just sit and don't do anything. I felt very good. That's what you did. No, I don't have a mantra to repeat. No need mantra. If you are not Indian or a Hindu, you are not accustomed to look at the statue or a photograph and be inspired. So I think close your eyes and feel the quietness and peacefulness. You renounce. Here is the problem. You give up few things. Oh, I don't do this, fine. I don't do this, fine. Then do what? So when you renounce something, you must have something else to hold on to, those spiritual aspect. Those religion. Today only I was talking to someone. So much stressful, this and that. You give up something, you have to fill that void, but you can fill with things which are higher. Develop some reading habit, develop some doing some prayers, hearing some bhajans, hearing some lectures, whatever higher interest you may have. You cannot keep it void. So when you give up, you have to replace with something. So here says, what you replace? Bahya sparshesu asakta. You are detached with the external objects. Replace with what? Vindati. Very interesting. Vindati atmani yat sukham. You are going to attach yourself with the things of the world to be happy. Now you need to anchor in the very source of happiness. If you can do this, you disconnect as much as possible with the external things and you internalize. Be spiritual. What will happen? In the highest case, what happens? Sa Brahma Yoga Yuktatma. That person, he getting absorbed in Brahman. That state may not come to us. But you can be absorbed in your new positive routine. People change the routine. Sri Ramakrishna gives a worldly example. A boy was engaged with one girl. Sri Ramakrishna, for a few days he will come very more frequently. He says this example. Then he says to Master Mahasaya another, hey, initially when you come a bit more frequently, once you are anchored in spiritual life, then it is a smooth sailing. But till you get anchored, you need to visit not physically, but you need to come to this state of mind as many as time as possible. I remember when I started going to one of our centers, nothing to do, gate is closed, still go. Take a bicycle, go to the gate, stand near the gate, hold the gate for a while and come back. 2 to 3 times I used to go. Why you come? I don't know, I just like to come. Slowly this became habit. Without that you cannot. Then that became my life. That is the thing I want to do. So Brahma Yoga Yuktatma Sukham Akshayam Asnute. There is unbroken flow of happiness. There is unbroken flow of bliss. This is a very, very important concept in spiritual life. When Sri Ramakrishna had a first vision of that light, remember that incident? He wants to have a vision of Mother. He took that sword, whatever instrument was there, wanted to, what is the point of my life if I cannot realize? Then his first vision of light, Sri Ramakrishna, read the Leela Prasanga, Sri Ramakrishna the great master. After this first incident of having this vision, a desire for unbroken vision, a desire for a continuous happiness, unbreakable. Look, some children, most of the children, but some children you can find more. You cannot make him separate than his mother. Wakes up must be with mother. You little take away, start crying. That state of mind. I remember, I am spontaneously telling. I remember I was in Boism 2003-4, like that must be. One small boy was there. His mother used to come and see. I don't remember face of any of them, but I remember the incident. The mother used to come and see the boy. What happened? The child, the boy, wants to go. No, I want to go with my mother. I don't want to stay here. I was moved when the boy used the same language to me and started telling me that I beg you, allow me to go. I allowed or not allowed, I do not remember. But until I have that state of mind, There is no question of realizing God. When God is the only object of life. Now what we have, more or less, some little more, some little less, now we have a God-flavored life. Our life is going on everything with a small topping. Singapore we use the word topping. Some topping of spirituality. Oh, we go to mission, we go to class. Oh, I like to go there, I like to hear the bhajans. These are the toppings. Main cake is different. That I cannot live. That is called God-flavored life. When that life is converted into God-centered life, nothing else than that. There is no other flavor. We sing that song. Mere to Giridhar Gopal. What is the next line? Dusra na koi. Mere to Giridhar Gopal, no problem. Nothing else than Giridhar Gopal. Dusro na koi, no second in my life. That is difficult. Mere to Giridhar Gopal, no problem. I have this, I have that, I have that, I have that. With Gopal also I want, no problem. But remaining other than God, I have renounced. That is difficult. That requires spiritual practice. So here he says, who are detached with the external things. You want happiness? Yes, I want happiness. Then detach this self. Why to detach? This gives me happiness, food gives me happiness, people give me happiness, money gives me happiness, relations give me happiness. Why should I renounce? No, they give you happiness and they give you problems also. So that is a contaminated happiness. Not 24 karat gold. A lot of things are mixed with that. If you want pure, and that is also, it is not incessant. That means it is not continuous. Any happiness in this world, whatsoever, is not a continuous happiness. It is a broken, dotted line. Yeah, sometimes happy, sometimes not happy. Looking for happiness. To get happiness, they quarrel, fight. Object is happiness, but don't know how to. That topic will come, then we shall. Sa Brahma Yoga Yukta Atma. When his heart, when his mind is absorbed, you renounce, you start practicing, then you get matured and get established and get absorbed in that. That is a spiritual practice. Doesn't come easily. Because we are by nature extroverts. So to be introvert is not easy. Holding on to, that's why this mantra which we do japa is very important. Whenever you are free, just do few times. Why? Your mind may not be able to meditate, but with little effort we can do japa. That's why Holy Mother says, this mantra which I gave you, Mother says, has capacity to do everything. Kale sob hobe. Everything will happen through this mantra. Your knowledge, your devotion, your vairagya, whatever spiritual qualities are there, all this mantra has the ability to give you. Sukham akshayam asnute. Then this akshaya sukha. What is akshaya? Undecaying, or rather perennial, continuous. Yesterday we were reading this book. If you have not read, please read it. Swami Samachittananda has written the stories of the Vedanta monks, Prachin Sadhuder Katha in Bengali. English is called Stories of the Vedanta monks. He was talking about Swami Nikhilanandaji. We never knew about that aspect of Nikhilanandaji. Last few days of his life, when he has gone to Thousand Island Park, sitting at the back of the shrine with a rosary doing japa, and Chaitanya says, I saw him, tears are flowing from his eyes. Who is that person? who translated and wrote so many things. Upanishads, Atmabodha, so many things he translated. Wrote Sri Ramakrishna's life, Holy Mother's life, Swamiji's life. But blessed by Holy Mother, absorbed. Body doesn't function. Body has a problem. He is in himself. I have seen some Swamis. So much pain in the body. In our it's called Arogya Bhavan, where the retired monks, old monks, they stay there. Lying in the room, don't expect anything from anyone. People visit, okay. People don't visit, better. You go and talk to him. As soon as you turn back, he starts doing japa. Continuous. All the waking hours, they do japa. Getting up in the morning to sleep in the night or whenever they sleep. All the waking hours, they do japa. Continuous japa. Now, those happiness which is the result of the contact of senses and sense objects. And we are happy with that. We consider that only as happiness because we have not tasted any other happiness. Think of a person. Somehow his mind is, he gets happiness only in the material things. And thinks another person who is well read, well learned, get happiness in reading, gets happiness in meditating, gets happiness in helping others out of compassion. Can that other person understand that happiness? Whose happiness is theirs? Happiness in eating and all the material happiness, which comes with pain and which comes with frustration. Take an example. Any objectives of this world, up to certain proportion, it has a capacity to give you happiness. Little more, it gives you pain. Same object. We discussed it earlier. For example, I like sweets. You gave me that sweet. I eat one piece. Oh, you take another one. I took another one. No, you take the third one also. With all my reluctance, I take the third one. No, Swamiji, you take the fourth one. Slowly my irritation started. Same sweet, first sweet gives me happiness, fifth or sixth piece gives me anger. How it is? And it is with everything. Everything means everything. Any objective happiness has this. That which gives you so much happiness, little more than what you can, is frustration. Because your senses have a limitation. For example, we can look at this light. I can see. If here would have been a 500 watt bulb, you cannot look at. I can look at this light. I cannot look at the sun. Why? Because the frequency is much more than what I can take it. Happiness also is the same thing. Sri Ramakrishna once told to Swamiji, everybody wants bhava, everybody wants samadhi. Your body won't be able to take it. Your body will be shattered. Just like you have a fuse in electric line. If more electrical current comes, fuse will be diluted. The wire has a capacity, every electric wire has a capacity to take the load of electricity. More than that, the wire will melt, will burn. Same your senses, your sensory. Many times, your happiness, you cry, correct? You don't cry. That happiness is too much for you to absorbed. That's why it comes out as a reaction. Happiness or misery, we have a capacity to enjoy or tolerate up to certain extent. After that, fuse get burnt. You stop getting the sensation, you stop getting feeling of happiness. I remember one incident in our hostel, one hostel in India. A big boy and a small boy, there are many, 500-600 boys are there. So everybody likes, there are some who are very sweet souls. So that big boy brought some sweets and want this small boy to eat. Hey, you take very nice sweet. I said, no, brother, Dada, I don't like. No, you take one. And he started forcing him. So that small fellow started crying and went and complained to the Swamiji. He's forcing me to eat sweets. So Swamiji was little puzzled, called both of them. What's the problem? No, such a nice sweet I'm giving, he's not eating. Then the Swamiji made a comment. Your love is so painful. How much your hatred will be. Love cannot be painful. If you love someone, the best thing which you can give them is freedom. Are you happy to take this? Take. If you take, I will be happy. That doesn't mean, we say many times, in Indian context, in a good way I am telling, not bad way. In Indian context, the ladies or the mothers, when they cook at home, the quality of food she will ascertain according to the quantity of food you take. But you didn't take anything, you took only little water. That means the food is not good. No, my capacity is not more than that. Your food is good. So the sensations of happiness and misery, we have a limitation. You can't tolerate that much happiness. Spiritual happiness, we all say, unless we have purity of mind, purity of body, you won't be able to absorb or accept that spiritual happiness. That's why spirituality starts with purification of mind. Keep on purifying your mind by the name of God, by service, by whatever spiritual you can think of. But purpose is to make pure. And the pure mind has a capacity to absorb and enjoy this Akshaya Sukha, that perennial, continuous Sukha. We should take it. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.